So happy April. April Fools. I have nothing good for you as far as an April Fool's joke or anything like that, but oh my word. One of the girls who leads worship with us at church, she got me real good. I looked at my text, like when it pops up, you just see like the one line that's in the top, right? And she rarely ever texts me. So it's not like I was not expecting it. And it just said, "Did you mean to post nudes on your stories?" And I was like, what? And like, I didn't even open the text message. I just went, obviously, and like ran through my stories. I'm like, did I get like hacked or did I like accidentally have it on in the bathroom? Like, I did not know what was going on. And then I opened up her text message to be like, I didn't see any. And she had like 10 space and it was like, just kidding, April. Like, man, you got me so good because I'm had a heart attack. Could you imagine? Oh my gosh. Anyway, so happy April Fools. If you have any good jokes or any pranks, you can drop them in the chat if someone did anything funny to you. Skylar's been like trying to think of random April Fool's jokes all day and it's been really cute. But anyway, it is April. No joking about it. I am super excited for this month because it's the first month of a new quarter. There's a whole new success sprint. I feel like our team is just finally like kind of getting back into the swing of things. We got our cobwebs shaken out, excited to move forward, excited to grow, like all of the things. And so I'm super pumped. Also, I love our color scheme for this month. I don't know about you, but that just like makes me happy and it's a big deal. I love all the peaches and the oranges that I chose. Sorry. But it was really funny. So, Vicky Wooten, she's always like very moody, very like Navy and Hunter. She's my sideline, so we're under the same team. But she texted me today. She was like, "This may be the only month ever that our colors kind of match." Because I always pick like bright, fun colors. And she was like, my team asked me if we could have some brighter colors for spring. So she was joking about that. Anyway, okay, I'm done chit-chatting. Let's get down to business so you guys can get excited about some of these fun things with us. So the new quarter, the new success sprint whole thing is called Your Best Self. And we're taking that a step further and saying we're showing up for our best self because number one, our best self is found in Christ. And we theoretically, I believe, already are our best self. But what we do is we let a lot of stuff make us hesitate and hold back and do all of the things where we're not stepping in and living into who God created us and called us to be, and where we're not living into the message and the ministry that he has in front of us. So that's kind of what that your best self means to me. It's not, nutty stuff where it's just like straight up personal growth. There's so many more layers to that when it comes to a spiritual sense. But I do believe that I can tell when I'm living into the lies because I don't show up. I don't show up for myself to take care of myself. Maybe I'm not showing up for my family, but I also I'm not as encouraged and like excited to show up in my business and or for other people maybe that I'm helping in my business. And so that's a huge part of what we do, right? Just showing up. When we're working a 9-to-5 job, you have to show up or you're going to get fired. And that's one of the big differences when we're thinking about this as like, we want our paycheck to be steady. We want our paycheck to be growing. And if we were expecting ourselves to do that in the common workplace, we wouldn't have a choice to show up. But we do have a choice here. And that's where our mindset and our heart space is really important. So we're going to talk a little bit more in just a little bit about some of the things we're going to do to help each other in that way. But first, let's talk about the new success sprint. Okay, let's talk about some of these fun prizes. I know a lot of you were excited about Success Sprint's first quarter, and then maybe you felt like the credits were a little high, or just with how we were kind of starting off our train, maybe didn't feel like you got as many of the prizes as you were hoping for. Well, Plexus has heard that, and they have lowered the threshold to make the first 3 prizes extremely doable for anybody who's even just starting out or doesn't have business builders under them, right? This is something where you can control your activity and how you're showing up, and you can earn these prizes. So the first prize, even they said, if you do nothing else but sign 3 people up each 3 months, you will earn the first prize. So everybody write that down right now. That's your number one goal, to sign 3 people up at least each month in this quarter, because I want us all to be in our kitchens together for that prize, because it is a celebrity chef cooking show, like just for us. And it's going to be a recognizable celebrity chef who will be doing this fun cooking experience that we will get to plug into live and be cooking in our kitchens together, sharing on social media, all of the things. So that's going to be so much fun. And like I said, if no one else is doing anything on your team, it doesn't matter. You can control how many conversations you're in, and you can definitely sign 3 people up each month, or sign 9 people up in 1 month if you want to, but we can all be on that, and we can encourage our team members to be going for that prize too. Okay. That's 175 credits. Plus, every 3 people you add this go round for this success sprint, 3 people equals $75 extra. So all of our regular bonuses apply, all of our welcome pack bonuses and our pay points that we're getting on people. And then with every 3 people you sign, it's an extra $75. So that really starts to add up as well. And that, I believe, is throughout the entire success sprint contest. So that's all 3 months. So really, really wonderful opportunity for extra cash prizes, especially if you are signed up and ready to go to convention. This extra cash are ways that when I was a Ruby, I went to convention all by myself to Las Vegas. This was how I paid for my flight. And like, I worked my business in the months prior to convention so that I could eat when I wanted to eat and hang out with my friends and pay for my flight. Like that's what I did too. So this is your opportunity to be earning extra cash so that you can attend that fun function. Hopefully those of you who are wanting to go to Scottsdale are already signed up. If not, please reach out to your nearest Jewel ambassador so we can get you your spot registered, because we're going to start booking rooms this week. Side note. Okay. So the next prize is 400 credits, and it is a legitimate ring light. And I don't know about you, but I'm really excited about it, because I have this little guy who was like $20 on Amazon. And when I'm on some of those other calls with diamonds and they are like glowing like the sun, and I'm like, I just really need to get a lot closer because mine is not legit. So 400 credits gets you a legit ring light, which is probably one of the big guys. I didn't see a picture of it yet, but I wrote it down and I was like, ring light, social media. It's also great for family photos. We use this for static family photos. I put my phone in there and then do the timer. It's great. 600 credits is a Dyson hair dryer, which like Lindy, who is next to my hairdresser, is not even my hairdresser, uses one of these, and it's so cool looking. It's like a hole. You're like drying your hair with a hole. It's amazing. Science. Who knows? Then it's going to jump to 1,200 credits, and it's going to be a $500 toward a wantable subscription box, which is like, it's like a clothing box. So it's kind of like Stitch Fix. You get to pick out what you want. And it's $500 basically to pick out new wardrobe pieces. Like, that's pretty cool. So super stoked about that. And then it's going to jump to 2,500 credits, and it's going to be an iPad Pro, like a legit big boy iPad. So those are the 5 gifts. Of course, adding 6 to qualify for the Paris trip. If that is on your radar and you're trying to be top 50 for the year, then making sure we're adding 6 every quarter. And just add 6 every quarter, because you never know what the rest of your year could look like. You might be like, woo, have a year like last year, and you could be in top 50. You didn't even realize it. So don't count yourself out of that. Keep adding, right? So super excited about this new contest. I'm excited about the prizes. Those are super fun prizes. Also thankful that they did lower that threshold a little bit to make it just more fun for all of us to do what we can control. Like I said, we can all control our activities, how many conversations we're in, to be able to reach our personal goals. And then these prizes are icing on the cake, plus the $75 per every 3. So yay for new quarter. Doesn't matter what happened last quarter. Good things we're thankful for, things that didn't go so great, or maybe we didn't show up in the way we want to. We're learning from that, and we're moving beyond that, right? It's about what we do when we show up today. That's why the Lord's mercies are new every morning, and you can be merciful to yourself every day too, and not hold on to the past, and we can have a future forward thought. Myself too. All right, let's move on to our April calendar. Some fun things that we're doing this month. A lot of things are very recognizable if you've been able to look at it yet. It's pinned to the top of the Awaken Life business page. And there are some things on there that I just wanted to quickly go through. Every Sunday night, we are still doing our team prayer. That's going to be live on the Awaken Life community page. If I'm home, I do love to open up the Zoom so that people can jump on and we can pray together and, popcorn or take turns, whatever. But at least it's live on that community page for everyone to hop into the comments live or to go through afterwards and be praying for each other. So that's been really special. If you've not been able to jump in or be a part of that yet, I think that's just something that we all can definitely attest to, prayer being an important part of our individual lives, but would love to continue to make that a big part of our big team life as well. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays this month, we're going to try something new. I am committing to you, and I haven't roped anyone else into this because this is totally my conviction and commitment, to be live on the Awaken Life business page Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 10:30 to 10:45. And I couldn't think of a really fun, catchy name. So we're just going to call it C time for now, because I thought of a lot of C words in order to make up this 15 minutes. And then I couldn't think of a catchy name. So C time it is. But basically, it's going to be a quick 15 minutes of dedicated. I'm choosing to clock in for the day. Oh, clock in has a C too. Clock in. Maybe we can call it clock in time. I don't know. Anyway, to clock in to orient your mind and remind yourself that you have another job or a job, right? That we are doing this on purpose, intentionality. So the first couple of minutes, I'm just going to go through my C's so you'll kind of get a picture of what it is going to be like. Again, 15 minutes or less, because that's right after I'm finishing homeschool. But again, it's all about mentality. When we clock in, even if we then hop off of that live, and whenever you can hop into that video, it'll be there for you to watch for the whole rest of the day, right? It helps you be, Sarah Burgett talked about this in her golden nugget last month, was, are you open for business? And if we don't think about our business all day long until our head hits the pillow and we're like, man, I should have talked to somebody today, then we're not really open for business, right? But if we can orient our mind and our heart in that way, then no matter what conversations we're having throughout the day, or if we're scrolling social media, I'm telling you, it feels super different. So our C time would look like capture the thought, maybe something that you're like have had trash about, or like in a funky mood, or a lie that you've been believing. We're going to capture that thought, write down some truth over the top of it so that you can move beyond it. We're going to carve out time, not just that little 15-minute C time, but looking at your planner. When are you going to do some intentional work hours for that day or for the rest of the week? What does it look like for you working your business? We're carving out time. We're going to take a couple minutes to create, maybe creating a post or creating some stories for the day, going and looking for some stories you can copy, whatever, making sure we're being creative in that time. Connecting, writing down some names of people that you need to connect with, whether that's checking in or following up, just really kind of orienting our minds. So we're going to connect in that time. And then we're going to pray each other out and just encourage each other to go out and change the world. Because we talk about that these products were life-changing for us. And so you quite literally, by sharing and by connecting with people, can change someone's world, which will have a ripple effect to their family and to who they are serving and where they are working. And so I don't even say that lightly of like, yeah, go change the world, girls. Like, for real, it's changed my world completely. And in essence, has changed 4,000 other people on our team's worlds because of someone posting on social media and showing up and taking the time to do that, right? So we legitimately can do that. So I'm excited about that. One of my things for April and moving forward this year is to be more intentional with actually sitting down and working, whether that's going to a coffee shop, sitting at my desk in between homeschool and lunch, or making some intentional notes on my phone and actually tackling tasks to show up for myself, my business, and for you guys every single day, right? And then on the weekends, I don't have to be like wishing or thinking I should have done more because I've shown up during the week, and I can set my phone down and be like, I'm good. We showed up and we feel good about that. So, rest and hard work go hand in hand. And a lot of times we're not able to rest in our restful times because we haven't actually allowed our minds and hearts to feel confident that we have put in the work. That is for me, for sure. But then being able to actually rest because we feel confident in that. And knowing that we're going to have intentional time after our rest time, we then can work from a restful place as well. So, another thing that we're going to be doing this month that you will see on the calendar, and I know there's going to be lots of questions, but don't worry, there's going to be posts and conversations coming up about this as well, but is book studies. We have done them on and off randomly, and they always are so wonderful, right? The last thing that we want to do is give you guys more stuff to put on your plate that's not purposeful or intentional, and that's not going to help you. But I truly believe that personal development is something that we can always shift more focus towards, because we don't really talk about it a whole lot in our community. There are other communities that do like book studies every single month. This book study that we're going to do is going to take the entire success sprint, so our entire quarter. So even if you're not a book reader, I'm not a huge book reader, like haven't been, but it's something I want to grow in. I want to learn and develop myself as well. And I want us to trickle around and do that and encourage each other to do that as well. And we can absolutely read a book in 3 months. Who's with me? Raise your hand if you are saying, I can read a book in 3 months, and it's not going to be overwhelming. I'm not going to roll my eyes, and I'm not going to use excuses, right? Okay, me too. And so we are going to have 2 different book studies. I was just thinking about this, Josie, Kim, Jesse, Jody, if we wanted to do points based or rank based. I wasn't sure if we want to do like 250 and above or actually senior gold and above. Anyway, there's going to be a senior gold and above book study on Dare to Lead, which is an amazing book. I have it right here by Brene Brown. Kind of goes through some of the issues that we have when we're like, your team is big enough at this point where you're like having to step into a little bit more leadership. And I know I freaked out at gold and I freaked out at ruby because I was like, I don't know how to take care of people. I'm like, there's too many people on my team. But the Lord provides and he equips us. And obviously that's why books like this exist, so that we can grow into those spaces and not be fearful of them and be excited about growth and excited about partnering with people on our teams. So that's going to be one, Dare to Lead. You can get it in audio format or a book if you like to highlight stuff. And then the brand new up to senior gold, we are going to be going through John Maxwell's 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. Y'all are double diamonds on our company, and everyone in between says this is one of the best books for anybody, but for sure anybody starting this business and working this business, because it talks all about how to grow personally. And that's such a massive piece of being an entrepreneur, is being able to grow as a person. So I'm excited. Jody and I will be leading the 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. And then Kim, Jesse, and Josie will be tag teaming and leading the Dare to Lead study. And y'all, this is not going to be a training time. This is going to be, we're going to read and we're just going to discuss and we're going to popcorn what people thought about it. This is community building. This is us meeting together as a family and really just growing and learning together, reading through these books. So while our jewel leaders are going to be the ones like facilitating, we're not training. You may very well be teaching us something in that time of what you pull out of these books as well. So really excited about those book studies. As you'll see on the calendar, on the 10th is the first book study, but that's really just like an overview and a synopsis. Maybe everybody saying, hey, for who's involved in those groups, and those studies will be on Saturday mornings. The first homework will be assigned for the first chapters that week. And so the first discussion is that next one on the 24th. You'll see that on a Saturday morning, the 24th. And then we'll look at timing. I always feel like early-ish on Saturday mornings, not that everyone wants to wake up early, but we know we do usually have things going on when it gets closer to lunchtime and later in the afternoon on the weekends. So we will keep that in the morning, and we'll talk about that later a little bit. Okay. The next thing really quick is if you are not involved in a team weekly accountability call, reach out to your sponsor and we're going to get you plugged into the closest Jewel upline. This is something that I can't find my thing. It was right here. Maybe it's right here. We have in our files, and something that all of us who were super thankful and blessed to go Jewel or Diamond last year did this in the year prior with our upline Jessica Heffley. We did these accountability sheets, and we might be tweaking this a little bit in the future, but even as is, this is the exact same form that all of us did. We know that we have things we should be doing every day, but if you can be intentional about filling out this form each week and doing the activities listed here, and then show up in these accountability groups and really take part in that, I promise you, you will see growth in your business. It is inevitable because of how many things this is, like intentional relationship building and positive affirmations, who all you're helping, these little slides right here, who you're helping connect with, either give their samples away or go silver, right? Like if you're doing that consistently every week, there's no way that we're not going to be growing. So if you're not already in one of those, I know some of our Jewel leaders have already started those as of last month or are beginning those this month. But if you're not plugged into one of those, please let us know. We may be grouping together a couple of the teams if there are larger calls or if there are smaller calls. And we want to make sure that everyone's plugged into accountability, because it really is a difference maker when it comes to growing your business. And then elsewise on the calendar, we've got a real people, real stories. I'm going to double check on making sure that those slots are filled. But if at any time, if anyone wants to share their health testimony on Real People, Real Stories, please make sure your sponsor knows and reaches out to us, because we can absolutely sign up and take another day at any point in time. We want to do that. So you've got people on your team that want their testimonies in there so that we can be sharing them and tagging people in them. Let us know, because that's super helpful. At the end of the month, we'll have another Real Income, Real Impact, where some Jewels and some Diamonds are going to be sharing their actual real life story from $0 to well over 6 figures and everything in between. And then you'll see third week of the month, we're going to run a 3-day challenge. We've done these before. Those challenge boxes are awesome. But especially right now, we're going into summer. We're going to have spring break. This month, different people are having spring break at different times. People are really going to start to care about how to get back into shape. And these challenge boxes are a really good way to introduce some of our weight loss products and like our high energy, feeling good products to people, which is going to catapult us, which you will not see on your calendar, but into May, where we will be doing a summer slim down challenge. If you were with us last year, we did one of those in June and July, and everybody just loves them. It's a daily accountability 3-week thing. We've got the story highlights and we've got prizes and all of that. And so that 3-day challenge, we'll be able to share about, get people introduced to those products, and then sign them up to help them get plugged into that summer slim down that'll be happening in May. So trying to be intentional with that, as well as how we're sharing and using those events. So I know for us, our team locally is going to try and get together on Saturday the 17th. And I think there's also a Michigan gathering on the 17th morning too at a coffee shop. If you are not near one of our teams, I really just want to encourage you to grab either some sidelines that are close to you or some of your downlines and go meet somebody for coffee. If you are willing to drive 30 minutes to an hour and you've got someone near to you, you don't have to be close to a big portion of the team or to someone else that's a diamond upline. Like, you have people that you can be connecting with if you can't plug into those. So think about that. On the 17th, there's a lot of our teams that are going to be gathering that morning. If there's something that in your area you can just put together, whether it's you and one of your customers or you and one of your business builders, just chatting and getting together, building that kind of connection, camaraderie in this business is even so different than just hanging out with friends or having Bible study or something like that, because it reminds us and it connects us that we're kind of on a mission together and that we want to be a part of this. We want to grow. And it just further connects us to our own desires and own goals, but also that it gives us that little extra buy-in that we want to be doing this with other people because we love them too, right? So excited about doing that. And girls, am I missing anything else? Does anybody have any questions? Michigan meetup, I think, is, I don't know the name of the town, but it's at that 317 coffee shop that they're always talking about. Super cute. Anything else anybody wants to say before we hop off here in just a minute? Who's excited? I'm excited. I'm excited about the new quarter. I'm excited about the growth that we've already been seeing. I'm excited about that 60 to 90 day rule, all these conversations and posting that you guys have been doing the beginning of this year. We get to continue in activity and act on those things and really make growth. Let me take a picture really quick before anybody hops off of all of the participants, because I will be doing a drawing for $20 on Amazon for you guys hopping on tonight. So thank you so much for being here, because that is, there it goes. I was like, take the picture, please. That is exactly what this whole thing is about, right? Show up for your best self. Come on. Take the picture, Pruder. Can't wait till the new one comes. Okay, showing up for our best self. So show up for these events, show up daily. I'm going to be showing up at 10:30 Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or you can text me and say, where are you, Chica? You said. And I hope that you will be showing up with me, because that really is the key, doing the little things consistently over time. It's not about massive action. It's not about being this major influential person. It's just about showing up and doing those little things that compound. And you're definitely going to be able to reach your goals and get where you want to go by doing that. So that's what we're going to focus on this weekend. I hope that you're excited. All right. Love you guys so much. And let's just move forward into April with new hearts, new minds, and with excitement. We'll talk to you later.